You make like you. No. The month of February is really the month that made my self-portrait evolve the most. Of course, for the theme, I went for Valentine's Day, and the keywords were glamorous, exuberance, and cabaret. My haircut was inspired by the 20s because I love the 20s. And this time I put a lot of gel in my hair because I really wanted to reproduce the kiss curl effect. For the props, I went, of course, for a red beret. I mean, it was not actually red. I photoshopped it because it was a pink beret. But a beret is a beret, and that's fine. So, a beret, a glass of wine, and a corset. I've also been inspired by the Flemish portraits that I really wanted to kind of reproduce in my self-portraits because it's dramatic. And for the makeup, I went kind of heavy in the theme Valentine's Day because I decided to paint like a giant heart on my face. I knew that it would look great on photos because, as I said in the previous video, the more intense your makeup is going to be, the easier it's going to be to edit your photos. So yeah, it took me some time, but I really liked the results. After January's shooting, I decided to buy a backdrop because I really wanted to start playing with different colors, different texture, and to stop using my white wall. But remember that in the previous video I told you that I invested into gears that really changed the game. Well, here they are. It's the Neewer continuous light and a tethering cable. First, the light. It's an absolute must-have. It adds so much depth to all of the photos, and I close, of course, the curtains to have a maximum control over the lighting of the room. When you use a light, like a continuous light, it enhances everything and you can see all of those details just magnified. So yeah, it's an absolute must-have. For this specific shooting, I kept on using my tiny small rig light, and this time I used one of the plastic cover that you can put in front of the light to give the light a shape. It helped me create a cool effect that I use for the last photos, and yeah, it gave another vibe that I really liked. Then it's the cable, and honestly, I'm in love. The biggest change is the sharpness. 99% of my shots were sharp because I could just easily control where to focus from the computer. I can also change the settings of my camera, aperture, speed, everything. The only thing you have to do is just to make your framing perfect and to take photos again and again. You can even apply a preset so that you can see more or less the final result of your photo while taking the photos, which is kind of insane for me. The only dangerous thing is that you know that you can easily make the perfect photo. So for an overthinker like me, you don't want to stop. Easily perfectable. I don't know if it's even in English to say that, if it's correct. You could make every photo perfect, so I was really tempted to stay as long as possible. So yeah, that's the only risk that I see with that. I do not regret that. It's just perfect. I've already said it, but the main struggle was really to control myself, not to keep on taking photos all night long. No more okay. Because it was so easy to get super close to perfection, I was just like overthinking everything. The props, my outfit, the backdrop. I don't even know for how long I've been shooting, but it was long. I ended up taking, I think, 400 photos, something like this. My final selection was less than 10 photos, I think 8. The big challenge was the selection of photos. It took me quite some time. If you end up getting this cable, which is amazing, like honestly. Get ready for for that loss of time at the beginning, because you're gonna be so excited that it's really easy to get overwhelmed with excitement and not being able to stop yourself. So, for the editing, honestly, it did not take me that long because 70% of the work was done while shooting. The biggest post-prod task that I made was the selection, of course. I'm recording the video. So it was just kind of cleaning the messy hair, which honestly I didn't have much because of the amount of gel that I used. But what else? Yeah, the wrinkles on my backdrop. I need to find a solution for this, by the way. I changed the color of the beret, and that was it. Honestly, I think that for once, it's one of the shooting that took me the least amount of time to edit in post-prod, thanks to the light and the cable. So it really changed my mind about photography and shooting. I'm super excited for the next shootings. Whoa, just on time. So, conclusion for this month of February. I think it's the first time that I really experienced the fact that lighting is everything. I knew it, but to experience it is really different. I was really proud of those photos. It's really the shooting that switched something in my mind, and I was like, ooh, okay, so I can actually have fun and start making the more dramatic shootings that I've always had in mind. It was just super cool not to improvise anymore. Why does it keep on doing this? I can say that February really inspired me for the rest of my challenge. But for March, we're gonna step away from the cabaret dramatic vibe to explore something that I truly hate, which is corporate portraits. It was an interesting challenge, so see you in the next video, and that's it. Bye, bisous!